It is urgent time to give you an emergency update because over these last days, we did entries into both our model portfolio in the US Titans package as well as the AI stocks. So with all those violent up and down swings, it's urgent time that I give you an update, tell you where exactly we went into the stock. So that's why today we will waste no time. Right after the intro, we'll jump straight in and I'll make use of the time by buttoning up my shirt properly. Hello and welcome to another video by HKCM Global. My name is Joe and as just promised today, we will waste no time. We will jump straight into both Microsoft and Palantir because we did entries to our model portfolio in those stocks. But before exactly showing you where we went into the market in those stocks, I will just quickly give you an overrun about Palantir. So did we come from and where are we currently at in Palantir? And looking at this chart, I can't help but think of that saying, if it walks like a duck and it swims like a duck and it looks like an altcoin, it probably is an altcoin. Only in this case, it's no altcoin, it's Palantir. One of the best performers, definitely the best performer in our portfolio, but one of the best performers in all of the NASDAQ. I don't even know, is it the best performer in the NASDAQ? Should have checked. Anyways, so from a somewhat modest course of, you know what, our entry zone was actually even lower. So our entry zone was all the way over here. You can see this one here. I'll just quickly show you on a bigger map. So over here, wait and behold, over here, we had our trading area. You know, trading areas are not like target zones, which you will just see in a couple of seconds on the broader time frame. Trading areas are areas that are marking overreaching lows in a stock where we expect a major turning point for a stock to pivot and switch positions back to either the upside or the downside. So in this case, it was a trading area on the downside. So we expected a pivot from here onward and the course to start climbing again. And that trading area stretched from on the low end 494 and on the high end to 812. So we could maybe just take the middle with 650 or so. From our entry in the trading area all the way to the top, that has been 1800%. So that's usually gains that you only see in the altcoin sector. However, in rare occasions, if you have a good analysis to follow, you can make such gains also in the regular stock market, in this case in Palantir, in the NASDAQ. And of course, from here onward, after such a steep incline, of course, some correction has to come in. And that's why we concluded here an overreaching wave 3 top to have formed all the way back in February of this year, so only 2 months back. And ever since, we have seen the course in the development of a wave 4, which now we have concluded to already have come to an end. So that means if the wave 4 now really has come to an end, that of course means that we are in the early stages of a wave 5 that should then take us to the overreaching major wave 1 top. Meaning from here onward, sure, there is still quite a bit of potential, nice gains to be made. So for example, if starting from the upper limit of our target zone here up to a rough estimate target of this wave 1, we'd still be looking at 120, maybe 150-ish% to be made. Of course, that has to be further defined as we go along, but just as a rough estimate. But what I can definitely tell you is that those wild gains of 1800% in a matter of, was it 2 years or something, that will not come again in the near future, because as soon as we have reached this overreaching wave 1 top, we expect a wave 2 correction to be coming in, and a wave 2 correction is one of the biggest ones, at least when it's an overreaching wave 2 correction like this one here. Of course, this wave 2 correction here, for example, that was a minor one. It was a lower wave count, and over this wave count here, overreaching, we have this wave count here in green brackets. And then even above this wave count here in the green brackets, we have this overreaching wave 1 count here with Roman numbers. And so then where exactly in all this wild price action did we get into the market? I can show you precisely. You can see here our AI stock package, which is the newest addition to a daily market analysis service, which we offer. And here in our dashboard, you can go over to HKCM portfolio. We can see here the AI stocks. We see so far there's 3 stocks selected in our model portfolio. And regarding Palantir, we are currently at 8.77% in the profit. So not a huge profit, but still great entry. And we went into the market at precisely $85.15 on the 4th of April. So that would be about 1 week back already. And on the more imminent time frame then, here on the 4-hour chart, let's see where exactly that was. We said 85.15, right? So just here, after we again left that target zone here to the upside, we went into the market, and that here currently is our, close to 9% profits from here onward. And as I just mentioned on the overreaching time frame, here we do not expect the course to drop back into the target zone. We deem this wave 4 here to be finished. Different story back here. You can see this target zone here has been grayed out already. That's why the course did not really get back into the target zone. Of course, it went into the price territory of the target zone, but not into the target zone itself. The target zone has been deactivated yet, and that was communicated, of course, to our subscribers. Because back here, we did expect only a wave A low to be in yet, and then of course, a wave B high to follow, and then after this wave B high, a wave C low to be continued, completing only then this overreaching, just mentioned, wave 4 correction. And as soon as we have now done that, as soon as we have now finished that wave 4 correction, we expect rising prices from here onwards. So that means that right now we are in the early developing stages of a wave 1 of this overreaching wave 5. And that's why now we have confidence that we will not drop back into those price areas, because we now have confidence that we really have finished this overreaching wave 4 low. Hope that was clear. And with Microsoft, it's actually somewhat of a similar story. Only in Microsoft, we are yet already further along in that process. So jumping back to our model portfolio, US Titans, that's where you would find Microsoft, also package available for subscription on our website. You'll get daily updates on every single stock in that package. You will get push notifications, and of course you will get real-time notifications on our entries to that set market. And since the US Titans package is a way bigger one, we have also a broader portfolio here. And so our last entry, Microsoft, that was this one here, also on the 8th of April, so also a week back, we went into the market at 369.50. So that would have been April the 8th, 369.50. So also over here. And that's again from those areas, that's again our currently roughly 5% profit. But you know what excites me personally even more is that again, we managed to beautifully collect here this wave 4 low that we have printed in this wild sell-off with our target zone for that exact wave 4 low. Because after all this sideways corrective action here, reaching all the way back well into 2024 and even into 2023 to begin with, after all this sideways action, we have now concluded that we have seen a wave W, wave X, and now a finally wave Y corrective pattern to have come to an end and to now finally conclude this overreaching wave 4. And that's again why now we do have the confidence that the wave 4 low really is in. And that's why from here onward, we should only expect blue sky. I mean, of course, still on the way to new all-time highs, we will have to expect corrections. That's how markets work. You will always have corrections on the way up to new highs and new tops. But at least we have confidence that we will not see again the course drop back into the target zone, and definitely it will not drop back below 341.50 here. That's for our primary scenario. There is in fact still a second option here marked at a 39% probability. Our alternative scenario would be that the wave 4 is yet not in, and in this case this violent upwards movement here would only have been a corrective move, and we would still see a final lower low for a wave Y to only then conclude the overreaching wave 4. But that's only at a 39% probability. It was only fair from my end to mention it. Me personally, I have huge conviction that we will stick with our primary scenario. And on that primary scenario, here it becomes even clearer. That means that we will march up to new highs, marking an overreaching wave 5 high of an overreaching wave 5, concluding a huge overreaching wave 1. That's why I said in Microsoft we are already further along in that process, because Palantir, as you remember, was only printing its wave 1 of an overreaching wave 5 of an overreaching wave 1, and here we are already printing our overreaching wave 5 of an overreaching wave 5 of an overreaching wave 1. And that's also precisely the reason why we have here a hard stop for the entries that we did, for example, on February 21, 2023. So that would have been over here, February, roughly in that area, currently on current prices over 50% up. And with that current chart structure being so far advanced in the cycle, we do not want to risk those gains by just being a pure hodler, a pure long-time investor. That's why we pulled a stop here. We would be stopped out at roughly a 20% gain. Not too bad. Of course, way worse than this currently 50% that we're sitting at. But you know the game. In the stock market, it always is a game of probabilities. You can never call it 100%. That's why we have to be smart with our entries. That's why we have to be smart with our positions and the profits that we have already racked up, unrealized. And that's why it's crucial to follow a dedicated analysis that you can trust and that has a great track. And that's why I hope you'll not just consider picking one of our daily analyses for yourself, but you would also consider subscribing to both our Instagram and X page, where we post daily free value and educational content for you. And if you also haven't yet subscribed, turn on the bell notification, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one to give you free value, free insights into stock trading and help you invest your money smarter. Up until then, take care. Bye-bye.